my jazz point of view, where I'm going with my music and stuff like that, and I don't mean to be coy or silly by saying this, but I'm actually following where it's taking me. Um, Odd as that may sound, I don't really look for songs as much as they find me. I come across a song or I hear something somewhere, and it just drives me wild. I love it so much. Once I get over my initial jealousy that I didn't write it, and all of my friends confess to the same thing, so this is not a secret. Everybody does this. It's like, oh, that's one of the 10,000 songs I wish I'd written. You become fascinated with it, and you want to puzzle it out. You want to understand how this works, and why do I like it so much? And those are the songs that I end up rearranging, in hopes of honoring the composer, paying some tribute to the original recording of it. But I like so many different things. I have a tendency to rework them, and they come out in a jazz way. And that's not very odd at all. In fact, it's what all the players did with those Broadway tunes that are now recognized as jazz standards. They just changed some of the chords and swung them or whatever, or played them as a ballad, and they became jazz standards. I think we're in a different climate now, but I think it's very much in the tradition of jazz to take songs that aren't necessarily jazz and make them jazz. It's something that jazz players have always done. If the composers wrote them in a different style, what difference does that make? It's whether or not the song really excites the person who's involved. And when I get excited about a tune, then wonderful things happen because of the work I put into listening to traditional jazz. There's roots that I'm grounded in bebop. I'm grounded in bebop and Duke Ellington and John Coltrane and Billie Holiday and all that stuff. Is just a hardcore anchor there. And wherever it goes from there is dependent on, the beautiful things happen because I'm not thinking and I'm not in my own way. It's not because I'm, some genius, because I'm not. It's just that stuff that I spent so much time listening to just kind of leaks out of me when I'm not looking, which is as it should be, which means I'm not trying to control anything. It just happens. Something happens. All the best things happen when you're not thinking. Okay? It's as simple as that little piece of paper you crunch up and throw in the wastebasket, and as soon as it leaves your hand, you know it's going to go in. And that's because you're not getting in your own way. So I think music is a lot that way. I think jazz is a lot that way.